Thank you for joining me here on Thai Sweet Aroma. Today I wanted to share with you the recipe for my Spanish rice. Now, Spanish rice, it's one of those side dishes that I grew up eating all the time. My grandma made it all the time, my mom made it all the time, and not just on the side of Mexican food. I mean, we had it with barbecue, had it for parties, and this recipe right here is one that I think that you will love, it just packs flavor. It's very easy to make, and let's go over the ingredients. So here are the ingredients you're gonna need for this rice. You're gonna need some medium grain rice, some warm water, some vegetable oil, some tomato sauce, some granulated garlic, freshly ground black pepper, some tomato bouillon seasoning. And for those of you that don't know about this seasoning, it's this one right here. And as you can see, it actually comes with a little bit of chicken flavoring. Now, if you cannot find this particular bouillon seasoning, then you can go ahead and use a chicken one. I just find that it changes the flavor a lot more, where it tastes more like chicken rice instead of a tomato-based rice. But whatever you have on hand, use it. I also have some minced garlic, some bell pepper, and yellow onion. Now I'm going to get all these ingredients and take them to the back so that I can show you the next step. Okay, so over a medium-high heat, I have been preheating the vegetable oil. I'm going to go ahead and add in the rice. Now what I want to do here, the reason I'm adding the oil in with the rice, or the rice in with the oil, is because I'm going to try to toast up the rice as best as I can before I start adding in any extra ingredients. So I will show you what that looks like when I return. So as you can see, my rice has toasted up very nicely. You want to make sure you keep an eye on your rice as it is toasting, because if it gets to the point to where it starts to burn, then you're going to have to throw it out and start all over. So now it's just about ready to add in the veggies. Gonna let it go for about a few more seconds. You may also have noticed that I did not rinse the rice beforehand. I don't think that that is a step that is necessary when making this. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my bell pepper and onion. And it smells amazing at this stage. Your whole house is going to smell of pepper and onion and garlic, and I don't think there's a better smell other than fresh baking bread. Okay, now we're just trying to get the onions to become translucent, and since the pot is nice and hot, it is getting to that stage very fast. And it may seem like it's a lot of veggies to rice, but when that rice starts to absorb all that that liquid, it will plump up nicely, and it actually, you'll see that it is not too many veggies in there. Plus, they're going to give you all that good flavor. So I'm going to add in the garlic. And if you wanted to, you could even use a red bell pepper. Since I'm using red sauce, I feel like you have your red, your white from the onion and the rice and the green. So, but any bell pepper you have on hand, you can use for this recipe. Going to get this garlic stirred in. Now I'm going to start adding in my liquid and the rest of my ingredients. So there goes the rice, the tomato sauce, and then all the seasonings. I'm going to give this a good stir, make sure everything gets incorporated well. And I'm going to wait until this comes back up to a boil. Once it comes to a good rolling boil, I am going to cover it with the lid and allow it to continue cooking for about 20 minutes. So we're going to take a moment and let this go ahead and come to a boil. Now that my rice has come to a rolling boil, I am going to go ahead and cover it with the lid. I'm going to let it continue cooking for about 20 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat down to like a medium-low. Do not open your lid. Do not stir your rice. Whatever you do, just leave it alone. Allow that steam to cook up the rice nicely, and I will show you the next step. Okay, so my rice has been cooking for 20 minutes. I'm still not going to open the lid. I am going to move it off of the burner and allow it to sit for another 10 minutes before we actually get it ready. To show you how nice and fluffy this rice comes out. There's no sticking. I'm gonna move it into this bowl. So as you can see, there's the onion, the garlic, the bell pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and garnish it with some cilantro. Okay, I'm going to give this rice a taste, trying to get a little of everything. Some pepper, a little cilantro. The veggies still have a bit of a bite to them. The rice is nice and tender, not too soft, not too crunchy, or not crunchy at all. If you find that your rice is still a bit on the harder side, then you may want to adjust the temperature that you cook it at. But other than that, I think you'll enjoy this rice. If you've made rice before, I say still give this recipe a try. I think you'll enjoy it. If you've never made it before, give this one a try. It's very simple to make, just a few little steps that you need to follow. And aside from that, you will have yourself a delicious homemade Spanish rice. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. You can find the written recipe for this rice over on my blog at myinspiredaccounts.com. And thank you again for visiting with me. See you again next time. Thank you for joining me here on Taya's Sweet Aroma. Today I wanted to share with you a recipe for my Spanish rice. Thank you for joining me here today on Taya's... Shh, go sit down. You want a snacky?